First off, rest in peace, neighborhood nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building businesses that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante Davis.
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, B. Cannon, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith Overseer.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
What up, everybody? You know what it is. You got your favorite pod back in full effect with a brand new episode 161. We thugging it out. We here. We trying to keep it consistent. You know, we making it do what it do. So it's me, your guy, B. Cannon. I'm with you as always. Plus, I got
You already know it's your boy AJ. I was running late because I was tending to my young toddler, so I don't have a red cup. I actually don't have anything to drink, and I don't know what to do with my hands at this point in time. So we shall see how this episode goes, and you know who knows what's gonna happen. But with that being said, man, you already know where you could find us. You could find us on YouTube at 3-Man Weave Podcast. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe to the 3-Man Weave Podcast and hit that thumbs up. If you aren't here in the live show and you know you're going and you see in the comments going as we're doing a live show and you watch it back and you watch the replay, feel free to drop a comment, you know, in that section too. You know, you ain't got to just sit there and keep your thoughts to yourself because we do read all the comments. So leave a comment, leave a thought. Also, follow us on Instagram at 3manweave_. Follow us on Twitter at 3manweave_. And guess what? Also, we are on Twitch. Follow us on Twitch at 3-Man Weave Podcast. Join the Facebook group because there's been some fun conversations in this Facebook group these last couple of days. They've also been killing Hill today because Hill, you know, we dropped our EA Madden ratings and Hill joined the 99 club, and boy, were people surprised at that rating. So definitely, man, make sure you join that Facebook group because it is tons of fun. And also, we are in that dead period of sports.
Yeah,
hit us up, man. Send us an email, send us a post on the group if you want us, you know, to touch on a topic. podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. We will read all supporter questions. Let us know. And shout out to the Force, baby. I see y'all in here early.
Yo. And you know what's funny though? We are in that dead period of sports, but I will say it's not dead like how it used to be with, you know, the transfer of information at the speed of light. We track everything off-season moves. So it's almost some of these sports, even though they're not actually playing or on the field or on the court.
Yeah, absolutely.
Around thing of how we track it. So you know, it's better than what it used to be.
Absolutely. And it definitely has become I really will credit this to ESPN, and it's now gotten, you know, with the technology age, it's literally round the clock sports now. Because basically it's just, you know, you have reporters doing stuff that you wouldn't normally do in the off season. Mm-hmm. You know, normally if outside, like if your team didn't have a contract dispute, you wasn't really hearing much around this time, you know, when it comes to football. When it comes to basketball, with the player empowerment age that we're in, you got, it's a lot more player movement, a lot more adjusting and projecting on how things can play out because there's a lot of new faces and new places a lot more often. So that's one of the things that really keeps things cycling. And this Mark says this time of year I watch esports. Hey, I actually heard that esports is legit. Like,
it is, man.
Yeah, like I've actually started getting into, you know, not necessarily esports, but I've gotten into people like playing video games. Like one of the channels that I follow, make sure you go follow him at DC Smooth Game Operator. Man, like he's been playing some games. Like usually I've always been just in like give me Madden, you know, maybe 2K, MLB 2K, or you know, now the show and stuff like that. But he's gotten me to branch out into some other games, like his playthroughs of like Resident Evil and shit.
Yeah,
them shits be making me like, hey man, I'm about to go get this.
Listen, let me tell you about Resident Evil, man.
Bro, that shit like a scary movie.
Bro, literally, I had to turn the game off, bro. it was sensory overload, man. It's like, and it's the beginning scene, man. It's like you gotta fight. I don't even know what it is, bro, but it's just like I had the 3D headphones on. So
I heard those is real.
I'm hearing stuff growling, things are jumping. I said, you know what? I had to turn the game off. And I've never played this. I've never played it since. This is like the first weekend it came out, man. So I'm gonna watch the playback. I'm gonna get his gamer tag and I'm gonna follow him because I need to just go back and beat that game. So
yeah, definitely. And you know what's really crazy about Resident Evil now? Because like I remember playing Resident Evil like on just like the OG PlayStation.
Yeah.
Or was it the PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
I think it might have been both.
It might have been both. It might have been.
But I know like it was different then. Because now this shit look borderline kind of real. It just be like,
hey, bro.
Like, hold on. And I'm one of them ones like I play in the dark, but then like you said, you got them headphones on. And it's like, what the fuck was that? But yeah.
Oh man.
Hey man, we had some good shit happening over the weekend. Your boy, man, he pulled up to the Drew League.
Yeah, man. I felt like it was kind of nostalgic because it's like, I don't know if you remember like 8-9 years ago, man, a lot of players used to play in the Drew League. And not only that, like other leagues as well. I remember Kevin Durant used to play in the Watts League down here. He used to be down here like giving people 50, like, and shooting from half court. But I just feel like it's good for the fans because if you had a ticket to that Drew League, it's just a regular ticket, you know. And so you go in there and you get to see DeMar DeRozan, you get to see Bron, and you know, cats are going at them because it's like, you know, these are NBA players I want to see, you know, and both of them were delivering. So I just think it's good for you know, fan appreciation and fan participation. I was able to see Bron before. The only time I've ever seen Bron in person was in a small setting like that at the Peach Jam gym in Augusta, South Carolina, which is right by Augusta, Georgia. I think they neighbor both Augusta each other. Yeah. But you know, he came in there one year and pandemonium. So I could just only imagine how it was. But I enjoyed, you know, watching the highlights. I enjoyed, you know, all the banter that came behind it for the next couple of days. So, you know, I think it's ultimately great for the sport.
And I've always loved watching, you know, players like that show up to places like the Rucker, like the Drew League, like Watts, you know, like all those runs where you can kind of see like pro-ams pretty much, but you get some of the top of the top really pull up and, you know, just kind of go out there. They play a little, but also have fun. And it, for me, it's like that's where I say, you know, that's how you can always show like this is why you separate pros from the very good.
Yeah.
Being a pro is it's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes are the best in the world. And I saw, of course, Skip Bayless. He was like, "Oh, Bron was out there and he still couldn't make 3-point shots and he was still missing free throws." It's like, like, bro, come on, dog. Like Bron is literally
shots, man. Like
Bron literally out here going like 60% and is giving these dudes all-time level buckets. If Bron was out there going 100%, and he's sending everybody home in a body bag.
Facts.
Like one thing that Bron is, especially that I've known, like he understands showmanship also.
He definitely do.
So he was out there, he was out there being a showman. Because if Bron wanted to, Bron could went out there and scored 100 points and scored every single point.
Mm-hmm.
But now he out there having a good time, getting a little summer run in, getting a little workout, and letting you know, as he said, I'm him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he is.
Yeah. Quit playing.
Bro, and speaking of though, Jamal Crawford out here, he's still giving dudes buckets too.
Bro, when I seen Crow Dog, it just reminded me of Kobe, man, because Kobe used to go to a lot of leagues like this and pull up in the summertime too, man, and just give dudes buckets, and you'll hear crazy stories about it. But I just feel like, bro, God bless the dead. I feel like if he was here, he definitely would still be hooping, man, in some of these leagues. But Crow Dog, man, he's a bucket still, bro.
Easily.
He's legitimately still a bucket, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see how fluent he, like the way he is able to just still have the ball on a string. It's ridiculous the way that he's able to still handle the rock, still be just look effortless on the court. So just watching Jamal Crawford, even just in in these summer leagues, it's amazing, yo.
Yeah.
What's going on, Hill?
What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all, man? What's up? Crawford look unreal in that league, bro.
But this is what I was gonna say. I feel like outside the NBA, he put a little extra sauce because Crawdog nasty in the league was nasty. You know what I mean? His handles and stuff was nasty in the league. So it's like, everybody go a little nastier.
Yeah.
When it's like a street ball type of tournament. So it's like,
but
you get a little more leeway. But he was definitely looking crazy with it.
He's more so one of the ones that still plays a street ball game in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like
he's made it work.
Yeah, it's like it's very rare that it's very few that can do that. And like you said, his game translated everywhere. But like you said, when he free reign,
it's real. Yeah, I can see when he got there. I was like, yeah, he that's where he came from, bro. You could see it.
He said, "Oh, I'm in my element."
Facts.
Nah, you can't. It was work, man. All the reason I'm late is because of work.
Not I got it right here, but
you know what I'm saying. I feel you. I'm pretty sure you had your over under bet. I know you bet the with the over for me.
And look,
that's I said it right.
Yeah,
yeah. I know you bet the over.
Work come first, bro.
You already know the vibe. But before we move any further, I'm putting cases on all you bitches, all the fours. You mean to tell me I got one vote in the home run derby? One damn vote? All this aggression that I bring, Black Force energy, I get one vote? One vote? Canada didn't even want to do the shit, and he got votes. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's over for y'all. So I'm telling you, I'm friggin' for the fences. I don't give a damn. Wiffle ball, softball, any ball, it's on. It's on.
Well, speaking of it's on, before we move on, then
man,
since we was talking about the Drew League,
this man's still in Facebook jail.
I'm gonna start with you, Cannon. You in the Drew League. How many points Bron putting up on you?
Oh man. Hopefully not a lot, man. I'm fouling Bron whenever I can in the Drew League. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I feel like Bron just gonna be like, I'm on the other side. Like, you feel me? He gonna know the vibes. You feel me? So he gonna get his because he Bron. He can finish and one, whatever. But I'm gonna try my damnedest to make him think about coming to my side. So that's all I got. It's freight train James.
He is on who?
Huh?
On who? Not me.
Yeah.
Not me. If I'm an avid Drew, if the Drew League is my league, like I play there every week.
You ain't preface it like that though. If I'm the guy there, if this is like I always been in Drew League, then Bron's here now.
Yeah, it's over. Clamp.
Yeah.
All right. How many fouls you get? How many fouls you get in the Drew League?
It don't matter.
Well,
I think he fouled out with 6 or 5.
Right, well, if I get 6 fouls, then he probably get about 12 points. He might get an and one in here too, but I'm using all 6 of my fouls, and I'm gonna be a spectator. I'm gonna be a spectator after that.
I'm trying to stick with him on the jump shot though.
I ain't following now. How many people? How many players? How many players that y'all seen play 4 feet in these programs?
Hey, look.
Have y'all seen it? Have y'all seen it? Feel what I'm saying? So if when if I'm like a net at a barbecue, he be like, bro, he don't want no parts of me. He was like, he's gonna pass it out and let's go. I'm being annoyed. This is my house.
Because he just want to take the easy route because that's what they do there. So it's like if you, like he'll say, if you show that you gonna be the guy with the aggression and all of that, he might just look to just avoid you, set a pick for you early. You feel me, and get the switch.
Yeah, nah, because I ain't got time to be trying to keep up with somebody that's 6'8", 200 and something pounds. Like I'm 33 years old and these bones are very achy. Like, hey,
gotta get back.
And I probably was drinking the night before, so
man, you should not be drinking the night before if they even chirps of Bron coming in there.
I was drinking that Lobos tequila. I can't help it.
Yeah, I feel you. Hey, we plugged you, Bron. Come on now.
You dig what I'm saying? well, Chris, I'm just gonna hope that you put in an over/under on Hill having technical difficulties as well. Because guess what? Hill having technical difficulties. So not only is Hill late,
but that's a double fine, right?
He having technical difficulties. At this point, he might think the world is flat because he's our Kyrie at this point.
But you know what's funny? This next topic, bro, Hill really want to be here because I feel like this probably his favorite topic of the show. Anyway,
what you want? So lead us into it. What you think? What you got?
So, of course, Phoenix Suns been, when it went to the offseason, they had that discrepancy with DeAndre Ayton. He tested the free agent market, and Phoenix decided after they said that they would let him walk, they decided to match the offer, and he's back in Phoenix. How you feel about that, AJ?
I'm cool with it. Like I said, because for me, I had to mentally prepare myself and was like, okay, we might lose Ayton.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I was just more so like, all right, hey, they're unhappy. He's unhappy. This is what it is. When Ayton came in the league, he told everybody draft day that his goal was to get a second contract.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a second contract. So I don't know if that's going to, give him extra motivation now that he's gotten it, or if he's going to allow his video game addiction to take over even more, or whatever the case may be. But I hope that Hold on, wait. Like, I hope that him, Monty Williams, Devin Booker, and James Jones all come to an agreement on what they need from him in order for him to, really elevate his game and really be that force that they need him from. And, the box score numbers, they look pretty good, but there are some things in the course of the game that, the team has been asking for him. From day one, they've always asked him he needs to step up his aggression on the defensive end of the floor and also step up on the boards. And, when you look at it, he's a walking double-double.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually are watching the game, you see him get moved around, and he's not that aggressive on the boards. He kind of, he's more of a finesse player. And also, when you look at it, his defensive plus minus, well, the team's defensive plus minus is actually better with him off of the court when we have, one of the backups in. And that's not what you want from a max guy.
Yeah.
But he has he shows the potential. He showed. Hold on, Hill. I know you here. We here now. So that's all that I'm saying is, I'm glad he's back.
But let me ask you this. I just want look. You stated that you were prepared. Based off the Suns stance, you were prepared. For life without DeAndre Ayton, and you were kind of like seeing plans. They were KD rumors. Y'all were excited about the space and cap that you will have to go after big players. Now that you bring Ayton back, you have your core from last year. Do you think that you have the pieces that you need to get this chip?
The pieces that we need to get this chip, not yet. We still need a backup point guard that we can rely on. Like I said, we still need, if can't like I don't know what I'm gonna get from Cam Johnson. He was supposed to be our, our wing shooter. He's supposed to be our bucket. I after seeing him in the playoffs, I don't know if I can count on that. So that's why I said we need to upgrade you guys' favorite player, Jay Crowder, if that's possible, but I don't know if that's possible. And we ain't did shit else. And then we lost JaVale McGee. So to me, that's a big, like, even though you bring back DeAndre Ayton, losing JaVale McGee is a big blow in my eyes. So go ahead.
My thing about it, because when I came in, you was talking about y'all defense got better with the backup. Y'all backup centers was Biyombo and McGee, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they specialty defense? Like that's not nothing to hang your hat on. I wouldn't use it as like your
point. What I'm saying though is, as a max player, I don't want to be able to be like, yeah, like for defense, we need to bring in JaVale McGee or Bismack Biyombo as our max player and our max big man. I would want them to be like, okay, you're giving the effort and you're doing those things. That's all I'm saying. Especially when there's other.
It was just like it was hard to view it differently because that's what they do. Like,
so gotta come in at some point to do that.
Right. Yes, you have to come in at some
like
point to do that. But what I'm saying is, should it be that big of a drop off? That's all I'm saying. And because you're still young, like I said, this is what they've been asking from you since day one, though. You get what I'm saying? Like from the day one they brought you in, like we want you to work on yourself, on defense. And like we've said before, like we've all said on this podcast before, defense is really just the want to do it.
I mean, we just had plenty of conversation. I've been to say we've seen this between other bigs. When you get them engaged in the offense, they're going to play defense. If they're not engaged on the offense, like I said, you can't ask them to keep going out there to play defense if that's not their specialty. Like I said, I mean, we don't have to stay here all day about going back and forth and talking in circles about this. If y'all make a more conscious effort of getting him involved in the offense, getting him more involved, more engaged, cater to whatever moodiness that he has,
right?
Maybe you will get a more positive outcome instead of just yelling at him and saying, "Oh, why are you not doing this?" And then trying to blame him for everything else. Maybe somebody else take some accountability on getting him some touches. Like you the point guard, pass him the damn ball.
What I would like to say is, when Monty Williams got there and when they made that move for Chris Paul, one of the things that they did to really try and get him more involved and change how they used him was actually making him one of the focal points in the pick and roll. Mm-hmm. And so that's what they were doing to get him the touches. And even still, as he was being a vital important piece in that pick and roll, that effort still wasn't there on the defensive end. So I get what you're saying by get them involved, but when we were getting you involved and doing those things, you still weren't, giving us the energy and the activity that we needed on the defensive end and on the boards. The last series that we played, Luka Doncic was out rebounding Ayton, and it was just like, come on, dog. Like,
but by then, even before then, I wasn't seeing a lot. Towards the end of the season, the latter part of the year, I've been stopped seeing a lot of pick and rolls from y'all. So it's like, yeah, to Hill's point, it's like if you look at and then this is just an eye test. I don't have any stat. Let me just make this point. If you look at the games where he, did well, like on the boards and offensively, he probably also did well defensively those games because, like Hill said, he's involved, and it's sad that it has to be that way for a pro.
Yeah, I mean,
but he is a young player, and maybe he does have a second contract. Maybe he can get the maturity and he can move on. You know what I mean, and it can be better.
Maybe the contract might have been on his mind the entire year. Yeah. You dealing with it with another play, another team was talking about his contract. He wasn't playing up to par because of his contract. I mean, all your teams is dealing with the same. Obviously, seem like they're dealing with the same thing. But
all the time.
It plays a fact. It could have played a factor. We may see a different Ayton.
But what I will say is one of the players, when it came playoff times, he put the shit behind him and had, the greatest stretch of his career.
Yeah, I feel you. But I mean, y'all playoff woes won't just Ayton.
Oh, no. And
I'm about to say that game 7, it was way more people before we get to Ayton.
In no way am I putting this on Ayton 100%, because like I've said, multiple times, Devin Booker has a lot to him being, the quote unquote guy for this team. And Phoenix being his team, even though because like I said, Chris Paul was, to me seemed to be our best player. He's also 37 years old. And when you have a 37-year-old 6'1" dude as your best player come playoff time, it's going to be curtains because he can't get open. He old. And when they put that pressure on him, like I said, the Pelicans, they exposed us. And that's how I knew it was going to be rough for us. After that Pelican series, I'm like, hey, bro, we're not going nowhere.
So y'all window's closed, right?
Come here. Come again.
Y'all window is closed, right?
To win a championship, if we don't add, like I said, if we don't add, like you've mentioned,
y'all not add no more pieces, bro.
That's what I'm saying. If we don't bring someone in like Dennis Schroeder to spell Chris Paul and another wing, we'll make the playoffs and we could be a top 4 seed. But come playoff time, it's gonna look just like it did last year because we don't have nothing to take the brunt off of Chris Paul.
So the championship window is closed. We can go ahead and say
I said yes before I said all of that.
No, but you were trying to leave it a little cracked open if y'all get some more pieces.
I said yes because yes, if we get some more pieces, then that's what it'll be.
And if Booker take another step towards his ascension, you never know. But to keep
this one is closed.
So is y'all's.
Hey.
To keep
you ain't hear me. You ain't hear me talk about.
We gonna shut some windows around this motherfucker.
Hey, look,
we shutting some windows in this motherfucker.
Oh, now you wanted them now. Let's just.
But I'm gonna say this: our window cracked, man. You feel me? We got him. As long as we got him.
Once you got LeBron and you got AD, you got a chance.
Hey,
we can't say that about Booker and Chris Paul.
Hey, okay, but look,
a better record though.
So one thing,
a better record at what? What regular season record?
It will go further in the playoffs too.
Who?
And to do what? We talking about the
so that's what I'm saying. So if neither one of us gonna get a chip, then we can move on to the next topic, right?
Hey. If my boys is healthy, we got a chance.
If my
y'all boys is healthy, y'all was healthy.
Book had a bad hamstring, so technically he wasn't healthy. All right, so that's what I'm saying. So if we gonna talk about health, we gonna talk about health.
All right. Look, man, this past weekend we had King Ryan Garcia stepped up to 140 to fight. I don't even know his first name. Fortuna. Javier Fortuna.
Fortune cookie.
And what I will say first, let me say this. This Fortuna, not a superior ranked guy, but it also is Ryan's first time fighting at 140. And what I will say, looked impressive, man. Looked like the guy that they be talking about who has all the tools, has all the pieces, and has it all together. Now, what I also will say is it's still Fortuna. So it's like,
right.
My biggest knock on Ryan Garcia is that he hasn't fought in any competition yet. And it's crazy. So before I get, to what we really want to talk about it's just crazy to me that he said after the fight that he's not going back to 135. Now, I've been saying this for years, is that people are running from Devin Haney, bro. And it's like, at first people was like, oh, Haney hasn't fought anybody, but now Haney, he got names on his resume now and got all the belts. And it's like, they asked him about it and he said, bro, I ain't going back to 135. So it's like, even for all the belts, this man don't want to fight Haney. All right. So that lets me question about, you know, what I seen on display. Like, yeah, you fighting this guy, you put it together tonight, you look good, but it's like, do you truly believe in your skills against the best? And he stays calling out Tank. So he got a history of this, called out Tank again, and he says he's going to do everything in his power to make it happen. Now, one thing that I told Hill before, even Garcia fought when he was at my crib this weekend, is that I truly think that a boxer has a good chance against Tank, because I'm not saying that Tank can't box, because Tank can box, but Tank is a power puncher. And if you can get somebody who has defense like a Floyd Mayweather did, who can move around, who could land jabs and clean power punch every so often, and do that for 12 rounds consistently and avoid what Tank is able to do to everybody else, then it's possible to get beat. Now, when I saw Ryan's performance, I was like, dang, if he could do that against Tank, he got a chance. So what's y'all take on all of this?
Let me go before you, AJ, because I know you could go. You could be longer than you could be longer than me, bro. Pause. You just, I definitely want to commend you about your point about Devin Haney. Like you said, the man got all the belts. He been calling for Ryan Garcia as well. Mm-hmm. He wanted to fight as well. And you like, nah, let me go to 140 where nobody's at 140. Like nobody's at 140.
You have the belts at 140, and you want him to fight you at 140, and he hasn't even fought there yet.
Yeah, so that so that definitely shows a little, it's questionable right then and there. He's calling out Tank. You calling out Tank. I did see one of these posts that said if he can't get the Tank fight, he'll fight T-Lo. So I'd rather see either one of the fight. Preferably, I definitely just want to see the Tank fight, because I just want him to shut up. Like, somebody shut him up.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't really have no technical aspect, hypothetical until we go deep and delve into it. But you can go ahead, AJ. That's all I really had. I want to give you flowers for you saying that about Haney, how he ducked him, because it's proof is in the pudding right here and there. I ain't going back to 135.
Hey, baby, it's me. Put your mom on the phone. Hey, yeah, it's me. I ain't never coming home.
You can see it in 2022, baby.
You can see it in 2022. Yeah. You ain't gonna see that.
And he ain't bad about him either. He just said, like, look, bro, I ain't doing that, because it's like, I think that's two boxers. You feel me? So it's like, that's two boxers. So it's like, if styles make fights, it might be a lot of dancing around in that fight. You feel me? But if I'm Ryan Garcia, I go do that, because that's an easy chance to clean up and solidify my legacy early.
So first, what I'll say is, I know the reason why he's calling out Tank. Oh, it's more money. It's more money. It's more money, and that's what he's flashy, and so that's what he's doing. He's calling out, getting the money play and stuff like that. But to go off of kind of what you said, where he's a boxer and he will make it tough for Tank because of his defense, I actually think that's why he won't stand a chance against Tank, because he gets sloppy with his defense. He gets his chin.
I don't think that he will win. I don't think that he will win. I'm not picking him to win. I'm just saying that he got a chance, and the world want to see that.
But that's why I'm saying I don't think he has a chance, because he don't have the defense to really stand in there with Tank as a power puncher. And we saw it with Tank.
But he got the offense to keep Tank away, though.
We saw it with Tank against Leo Santa Cruz. Someone bigger than him. He's has good hand speed, has good power. Tank just walked him down, and when he got sloppy, put him in the dirt.
Santa Cruz don't have an offense like Garcia, though, man. I feel you.
Santa Cruz got a bigger chin than Garcia, though.
Look, prior to the reason why I said this, so prior to the fight, I told Hill that I think if Haney fought,
Tank, that's why
he have the chance. And the one thing I know, I said, listen, Haney could use the Gambosa's formula to win that. If I jab you for 12 rounds, I land in some body shots, some power punches, and I just don't get tanked, I might win on the cards. And I'm not saying Ryan Garcia is but he can take that same blueprint. When I see him, I'm just saying he was on his game Saturday night. So I'm just saying, like, regardless of if Fortuna was there or whoever, I'm just saying if he's on his game like that, he got a boxer's chance. And that's all I'm saying. Just like a puncher always got a puncher's chance.
Respect.
He's gonna have a boxer's chance.
And like I said, also because like he definitely has the height and size advantage as well. But like, because AJ, you would be proud of me. I said the same thing to Cannon Face during this fight. I said he gonna get caught. Like his chin is terrible.
And what I say, and I said it's night.
It's night. So like you said, he didn't fight. He just like you said, he was more so giving Haney his props. He said Haney would definitely give him more fight. My thing about it, like you just said, it's a money grab where you calling out Tank. But this is my thing. I love it when the money grab, the boxing business, and what we want to see alive.
I do like that.
Like we want to see, of course, we want to see all these combination of all four of these fighters. Even though Tilo lost, we said we want to see you against somebody.
Yeah, fact.
Right.
And he looking good.
And it's set up perfectly because I'm not sure if Haney is going to do the rematch right away. But if he go ahead and do the rematch right away, somebody got to come see me. Yeah. Somebody next. If the Garcia and Tank fight happens, somebody got to come see me after this.
Yeah. And this is my thing about this. This is another thing I don't like. I don't like when people like. This is what I didn't like. What Garcia said, like he was acting like he was the king of 140 already. Like, bro, like Josh Taylor has 2 of the belts, and
he's cold. He's cold,
bro. And 2 of the belts are vacant. So it's like, and you want a 135 and a 130 pound to go up there to meet you to fight there, and you completely dodging not only Josh Taylor but the contenders that are there. Is like, to me, that's kind of disrespectful. I feel like when you jump, regardless of your status in the prior division, you should have to at least fight a contender first before you just fight some random other superstar and get a mega fight like that.
And that's why I said Bud shouldn't call out Errol Spence the moment he jumped into 147.
And he had to wait.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. Like I said, it's just like you gotta earn. Just because you're the man in college, don't mean when you get to the league you could be the man. You gotta show and prove.
Yeah,
I feel it. I just want to see the damn fight.
100%.
So it's time now. Hell, it's
like
time.
It's like we went through COVID. I understand COVID. Like, but now, like, and once COVID stays reopened, I understand you gotta do some warm up fights. You got to get everybody back, ingratiated with what's going on. I understand that. Now it is time. Like, these people have enough fights under their belts. They get it going. We can get some trilogies.
Yeah,
we can get some rematches. We can get some things going. Like some of these fights, we don't need
because
y'all built your name up. That's the point. Y'all done built your name up already.
Honestly,
at this point,
and at this point, Boots is ready to face the winner of Spence Bud or you guys or somebody like that, or Danny Garcia or Thurman. Like, it's time for Boots to really cement his name in this. It's time for him to knock it out.
Now you talk about somebody ducking.
Yeah, they ducking.
Now Keith Thurman ain't about to fight him.
I mean, Keith Thurman need to fight, so I feel like he would.
He needs a
retire.
He's not really a ducker. He just a get back seasoner.
Okay, he coming off a loss though.
Yeah, but not an injury. So I feel like he'll fight because for the bag. I feel
cool. You come off, so then you take another loss. Now what?
Hey,
now you fight Adrian Broner.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Now at some point, now, like I said,
twice. You don't want to do this forever. You don't want to do this forever, bro.
All I'm saying now, like I said, I know we hate boxing business. I understand it, but I mean, at least you've been off for a while. Go at least take a little tune-up fight before you know what I'm saying?
Better knock that rust.
But it's time. But it's also time for Boots to start saying something. Even though Errol Spence,
he did his last fight. He said, remember, he said Errol Spence, but like he wasn't disrespectful with it. He was still, but he said I want all the big names.
And what I was saying was Errol Spence didn't dismiss it because he know what time it is.
And he said that's what he's supposed to say, but he also said, like, he said He said like he acknowledged like he's a good young fighter, but he also said that last fight that we seen him fight, like his opponent was worse.
Come on, come on now.
He was 10 times worse than Fortuna. So it was like
we do understand that Errol Spence has no disrespect, has bigger fish to fry.
Yeah,
like I said, we want to see him. We don't want to see Spence versus nobody else other than Crawford right now. I don't give a damn who.
They keep saying it's close, but it ain't happening yet.
I believe it.
I believe
it when Penn get the paper.
Yeah, the negotiations keep pissing me off.
Just like the last thing I was gonna say is just to send it back to something I said before. When someone calls you out, it don't mean that it just automatically means that you got to respond to them. So like I 100% get what Spence is saying. Like, yeah, he's a good young fighter, but I played it cool. Exactly. So it's just like, yeah, cool. You like, I know you want to fight all the big, like, and that's why I think Boots did it right too. Like, I want all the big names, not just Spence. I want you like because like Boots, you're not necessarily there yet. Just because you've showed out to who you've shown out, like he has a lot of championship rounds under his belt, and he's the money guy right now. So
But Spence is ultra smart because he left the door open for that. He said, I want Crawford next. And he said, we can definitely do it in the future.
That's all said that. Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Because he ain't got to get all the promotion, they got to be goofy.
Very soon, because
and that's what I be trying to say, bro. Like,
he's gonna be a huge name. Oh, as soon as he fight the next, like he fighted somebody that we know. I wish Sean Porter didn't retire, but as soon as he fight somebody like that people know, and he knocked them out like he been knocking everybody out, because Boots' knockout ratio is unrealistic, bro.
All right, hold up. All right, you go. Don't yell at me. AJ, I already know what I'm about to say.
What?
So if AB wins his next fight, right? Should he fight Boots?
No.
Why not?
I mean,
can I explain why I want to see that fight?
Good for Boots to get. It might be good for Boots. So Boots might take it, but go ahead.
Because we know the promotion is going to be there. He's a notable name. He's going to sell the fight. Everybody's going to watch the fight. It's going to be more eyes on you that you've never seen, and you need this notoriety. You're going to win.
Did you see the clip I just sent you where AB complaining about his stuff being on Zoom? He's not getting they're not backing him.
That who he fighting? Who he fighting?
Me?
You feel what I'm saying?
We fighting at the banks.
He over there fighting great value AJ. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I'm talking to Bron Custer. I'm talking to Big Custer on Zoom.
And Zoom. But that's because but that's different. That's different. I said you was gonna hate it. I said you was gonna hate it though. I said you was gonna hate it.
But I think Boots would take the fight, honestly, because it's one of those names that I said. So it's like you said, it'll be a lot of eyes on it because it's like
Keith Thurman ain't taking that fight.
Yeah, fool. I mean, if you believe you one time, that's the thing. Like, you gotta still believe in yourself. If you believe you one time, you shouldn't be running from no fights. If Earl Spence call you, you gotta take that. And Keith Thurman is a puncher, so it's like let's not get. He got a puncher's chance, bro. I don't like Keith Thurman. I've never liked him, but he can hit hard, bro. Just so it's like
now I hate him, but he actually does have a chance to be a good fight.
Yeah, but no, it'll be a good fight.
I just don't. I don't have no confidence in him winning. But and like I said, that's a dangerous fight for himself, especially coming off a loss and a layover and a loss.
Bro, you gotta take these fights though. Like, you can't duck them. So it's like the same thing with Boots. If Adrian Broner says, I want to fight you after my next opponent, Boots, and you ain't got no pen to paper with nobody else, you can't turn it down. So
like what I think would be a good path for Boots, especially if we're talking about this
Virgil Ortiz. He's
if Boots, if he worked, like say, like you said, I'm talking about with like through the hill path. He get this Adrian Broner fight, they sell that fight, and they like, okay, you get eyes on it. I think him going against Ugas, where somebody who is not in that next, like that elite level tier, but I think a step up, like a really big step up in competition, then that's when those guys at 147 will start to really be like, okay, like that's one of the ones that we can put on. Like I think he ready for like to do that, and we can really make this fight happen. Because sometimes they see it like, yeah, like you're a good up, like Spence said, you're a good up and coming fighter, but the people you fought ain't in my level yet.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you gonna look good against them, but you haven't been tested like I've been tested, and you can't be tested like I've been tested without at least getting in the ring with some people in like my stratosphere. You not there yet. So I think getting the AB fight to get eyes on you, and then getting someone like Ugas to get that division attention is what really needs to happen.
But the thing about Boots, this is just real quick. They just seriously ducking him. That's why he's had the issue of getting the fights, because like a Virgil Ortiz, him and Virgil Ortiz are two of the young guns. Like they should fight each other, but they don't want to fight. Like, I mean, Boots said
that's boxing business right there. Because they don't want to. Somebody got to lose.
Yeah.
I was just that's why
that's boxing business right there. They're not about to put two up and comers who haven't gotten to the pinnacle yet against each other, because they don't want them to get knocked down.
That would be, I feel like that could be like a Ward Gaddy. You feel me? But
here's my thing: if boxing business wasn't a thing, where it's like, okay, yes, I lost my O, but I put up a good fight, I get a rematch. Even if I lose the rematch, and it's a brawl. Like if it's a brawl, then guess what? Then I can probably get one of those other fighters at 147 who's who doesn't have a belt right now, but we still in the contention. And so it's just it should be almost like a round robin. I've always said this, like, hey, we're all good. So like if I'm in the top 10 and you in the top 10, I fight you and I lose. But it's somebody else in the top 10, like, and it drops me out of the top 10 or something like that. But I win my next 3 fights and I'm back in the top 10 again. Like, it shouldn't, like, once I have a loss to you, shouldn't mean that I can't get these. Like, I'm at a plateau now where I can never get above because no one wants to give me these fights. That's what's crazy to me about this boxing business, because like you said, like Virgil Ortiz and Boots ain't gonna fight because they promoters ain't gonna pit them against each other, and they haven't even had elite title shots yet.
4 years from now,
yeah,
4 years from now they'll fight.
I do understand that one, because if they own the collision course, because somebody gonna have to take over the division, right? Spence about to leave soon, right?
Ryan Garcia.
It's Spence leaving.
Because Spence want Canelo, yo.
I mean, after Spence fight Bud, like, who's left right now? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I say. Like, Spence wants Bud, and then like he's been calling him out. Now that man, because remember he was calling out.
He said, "I'll fight Boots too," because like he knows that eventually Boots is going to be a moneymaker too. So it's like.
But I don't know if he'll ever be a moneymaker like Spence though. So even still, it'll be like. Here, like boxing business, Spence will be the A fighter, and that's why, like I've said before, Spence was calling out Manny Pacquiao, then he was calling out Canelo, and then now that Bud moved up, he's like, that's the fight that I want. So he's going like,
but he wants Canelo to come down. He ain't never say he was going up. So that's the thing. Like Spence,
I believe they would like it was discussions at like 150, like 156.
No, and Canelo said 160 is
right
once he goes, and so Spence is like, I ain't doing no 160
because he's smart. Because that 160 a different ball game. That shit is different.
Yeah, that way he would be dumb as hell. So it's like, bro, you might as well just be the king at 147. Like,
yeah, because he's not gonna fight the Charlos.
I'm about to say, because he ain't fighting them, and if that's it in the division.
That's why I say, like, I truly think Spence is going to be a career 147 guy,
which is cool.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with
we got to start getting the fights that we want.
I hope so.
Because I mean, if in my perfect case scenario, I'm thinking we getting 3. I'm thinking we getting the trilogy for
what they say. Oh, you ain't gonna get it in 22, baby.
You ain't getting it in 2022.
Oh man. your boy.
He started that shit, bro. We ain't got nothing for years, man.
he live and die by. He should get that tattoo.
Oh man.
Oh man.
But let me see. I lost my spot, man. But We had so we got some MVP races going on in the American League and the National League for MLB. Who y'all
on the break?
Yeah, who y'all think? Or y'all want to hit mine first?
Which league you gonna just name both at the same time, or you gonna break it down?
So you know, of course. So you know,
we judge. We gotta go judge, right?
Come on, bro.
Come on now.
But there are some other guys. You know, Jordan Alvarez. See, you know what I mean? He out there too, and he hitting like Judge. And even though your boy ain't pitching that great, I still think Shohei Ohtani is still.
What you mean he ain't pitching that game? He 4-0. He been cooking, motherfuckers. He been cooking.
But I'm just saying, he's pitching better now. But I'm talking about the whole season in totality compared to his numbers last year. Last year he had better numbers at the All-Star break. So, but he still, when you look at his numbers plus, his hitting. Hey man, he's still in contention. But to me, if it was over today, Judge is the clear favorite, man. He's looking like the guy that they thought that he was gonna be. And it's crazy how the Yankees.
Too bad he gonna go to the Dodgers next year.
You know it. I mean, with these stupid these baseball negotiations is crazy. But I mean, he was offered a lot of money. I don't know. Ultimately we'll see. What he gave about. Like obviously, we know he's definitely he's underpaid this year for sure, and he out there playing like it. It's like typical contract year that we've seen that surge when people trying to get paid, and he out there looking like he came out the gate.
Playing league and my MLB The Show season. Been the best player for 2 years, bro. And I still only make $2.3 million. And so I'm up for arbitration this year, though. So it's like you just gotta follow the rules, bro.
Keep them broke.
You gotta get fat like Harden, bro. Get your money.
Yeah. So y'all had any other players?
So I do believe that Aaron Judge is the favorite right now, but I believe with the hitting and pitching of Ohtani kind of makes him a cheat code in a sense when it comes to this, because he can have those conflated numbers where you'd be like, you see his OPS and you see his his batting average and the home runs, and then it's like this motherfucker, if he was a full-time 5-time every 5th day pitcher, he'd be, top 3 in Cy Young votes and strikeouts and stuff like that. So it makes him a cheat code. And I think he's kind of that anomaly right now that people love to see. So I think Judge is the favorite right now. But I think come season's end, I think Ohtani is going to actually win it.
I think,
and I'm not even trying to be biased on this one.
No. It was completely understandable because he's definitely a show. But this thing, he the only show.
But let me ask you this.
He was the only show last year.
Yeah, but like it's like how many we're gonna get voters fatigue off this shit eventually, bro. Like,
but the thing about it is, like with baseball, like we've said before, is one of the most individualized team sports ever. So it's just like his success, like right now, the only time that they win is when he pitched, damn near.
But what I mean? Let me ask you this though. So, and I've noticed this with all pitchers that hit also. Why are they never a part of the regular rotation for pitching? Like why can't you do both?
Because pitching is such an unnatural motion. Throwing overhand goes against the physics of your body. Okay. And so wait. So it goes against the physics of your body, and then you have him, as an everyday hitter, which you're putting a lot of torque on your back, in your body, your hips, and stuff like that. So you have to kind of give him a break, being, that he's a full-time bat. He will they actually had to pretty much make him a DH, so he doesn't play in the field and risk those other injuries as well. But you don't want to do all of that, and because he's had those prior injuries. You don't want to kind of put that strain on him and, mess around. He got to have Tommy John surgery or something like that. And then you lose the bat and the arm. So you have to kind of massage the player and really, do what's best for him as well. And unfortunately, we're not going to re-sign him anyway, so he's about to go.
Stop letting him hit.
But if we don't let him hit, who else gonna hit outside of Trout?
That's why his ass ain't MVP, because y'all trash.
It's all Trout's fault. It's all still,
you know what I'm saying?
His management of his fantasy league. Like that's where it all stems from, bro.
It's
that karma. It's that karma.
You know what I'm saying? When you're a terrible owner, you know what I'm saying? It all trickles down, bro.
But I mean, come back.
In all seriousness, though, he's great. He definitely, would be worthy. It's not one of those, it's one of those. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of one of those Jokic and Embiid type arguments. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I think, and that's why I say Judge is the favorite right now, because there's no wrong answer to me.
Yeah,
but I just think having that extra thing to throw out there, unless Judge just goes like, it's possible for Judge to, continue just going on an extreme tear
and the team have success.
Exactly. So it's just like, and once again, it's also the Yankees. So I think, and I think there's also a thing where
does that matter?
I think it matters, Hill. Like it does matter, because people love, like, just like, how they say, oh, when the Knicks are good, or when the Lakers are good, or like when the Cowboys are good, when those teams are good, it does something, man. And then also
trash though, like.
But I'm not. I know it's not that y'all. I'm not saying that y'all have been trash, but this is one of those times where it just feels like, okay, this is, you can lead the A block.
We've really just been missing pitching the last few runs.
Damn.
And some bats.
Something just bit me.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that about a bitch?
That's probably Trout. Finding special ways to hold you.
That's some bats in the clutch, man.
What about National League?
National League now. For the National League, I'm rolling
all over the place, ain't it?
I mean, it is. But if there's a couple guys, I'll name two guys. But my guy that if I had to pick today, I'm going with Austin Riley from the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
Goldschmidt.
Yeah,
he killing, yo.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
Goldschmidt also. That's your guy.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
I actually really like that Austin Riley pick, Cannon. I think he's been doing his thing. I think as we get down the stretch, I think Freddie Freeman might sneak in there, yo.
Yeah, he could.
I think he can, because what? Go ahead, Hill.
No, go ahead. Go say it.
Because I think just the way that team is set up, man, and I think coming down the stretch, if he gets hot, it's
the Dodgers. It's almost like what you said about the Yankees.
This is what I'm saying. Wasn't they good last year?
Yes.
Wasn't they good the year before that?
They've been good. Like they've been good since they've been.
So what is Freddie Freeman doing?
He's one of the reasons why they're good now. He's definitely an MVP candidate, bro.
I'm not disrespecting Freddie, because Freddie is balling over there. But my thing is, I think it's the team that he's on is going to do him a disservice when it comes to voting. Like I just said, they was good years before he got there. They
discredit him because of that.
But you see how I just did it.
But what the thing about it, Hill, right? Like if you look at his numbers to be a power hitter, his shit going crazy. Like he leads the league in hitting right now.
Yeah.
So you lead the league in hitting. Like you got a 321 batting average, and his OPS is something crazy. Like I think that he really has a chance if he continues to come. Look, if he continues to do this, like what he's doing, and on this pace that he's at, you definitely have. Like I understand, this is like the NFL MVP race. It ain't always just the most valuable player. It's just who's the best quarterback on the team right now, on the best team right now. And so to me, I think that's what you kind of have to look at this right now as well. Because if it's the most valuable player, I think you give it to Paul Goldschmidt as of right now. But I think we're just talking about as things go on. I think just as far as just the best player out there, I think if they continue on this and the Dodgers keep doing what they're doing, I think Freddie Freeman, is a very candidate. But another thing, I think his teammate can steal votes from him also.
But no,
who was the teammate?
Mookie.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And you had Austin Riley, right?
Yeah, I had Austin Riley. Yeah.
Arsene, I just say his name right?
Acuna.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't start the season off, right?
Nope.
He was getting back, right?
Yeah, he just getting back.
And we know he wanted them ones. Yeah. Am I right?
I mean,
100%.
So he could possibly steal some of those votes away from Riley as well, because off of this, like I said, off his second season, the second half of the season, or his resurgence, him coming back to form.
Facts. And then it's like you can't even sleep on Juan Soto. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then Manny Machado neither. So it's like,
but what he doing for the Padres? Yeah.
Manny. I was about to say Manny is one of my dark horses to come away with that thing because he cooking.
But at the same time, but with Paul, we got Nolan, Arenio.
Yeah. Now that's why it really.
That's why you didn't have. That's why I said it was all over the place.
All over the place, and that was perfect because there are a lot of guys who could take it away. That like, even though Austin Riley's my favorite, he's not a clear favorite right now.
The NL is wide. The NL is wide open.
Open. Like
it's wide the hell.
How we was definitive. How we was definitive with the AL.
Yeah,
you see how many names that we just threw out there for the NL. Like I said,
we didn't even name them. We didn't even name them all. You can. It's a couple others that you can really get out there for real too.
But like I said, you gotta love the aspect of, like I said, it's now. They got their break, All-Star break just finished. It's ready to get it together.
Yeah.
Trade deadline probably happen. Trying to get those moves, trying to finalize what we got going on, and let's make that push for the pennant. So getting real.
Let's bring this thing home. We might get the pennant, man. We might get the pennant. Hell,
we ain't gonna see it.
You ain't gonna see it in 2022.
That's crazy.
It all depends on who we match up with. I think I'm confident in us this year getting there all the way in a series. It's gonna be tough, like I said, obviously, but I think especially the way they playing.
Yeah. It's gonna come down to pitching.
I think we're gonna make a move.
Oh, then when I said that, Mark says
never trust how you. Yeah, it's over.
Golly, man.
Every single time, somebody just always got to bring it crashing down for you. They can't never
just get, man. The Astros, bro. The Astros was they were crushing our pitchers, bro. Crushing in the postseason.
Why would you pitch to Jose Altuve?
Yeah, that's one.
They tried to pitch away. I seen try. They pitched away. This man stepped across the plate. I do that on the show. Like, if you can't, you really got to pitch out when you pitch out to some players, because some players will step across. Because some people like a high and away fastball. You feel me?
Like that. That's that Vladimir Guerrero school right there. Hey, if it's eye level, I'm taking that shit yard.
I'm taking it, man. So,
yep.
Hey, hell, you know who was my favorite player growing up?
Nah.
Vladdy.
Vlad?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
So
it
was Vladdy and Torrey Hunter. That was my two favorite players growing up.
Now Torrey Hunter's definitely somebody I can see you like.
Y'all won't guess mine either.
Nah.
Andre Dawson.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. A little throwback.
Now, once you said it,
I like
it makes sense.
Yeah. Now, once you said it, it definitely makes sense. Mm-hmm. I definitely like that. I would like violent swing.
Yeah.
And so the reason why, so it's funny, the reason why I like Vlad wasn't even really because of his swing. It was like his arm for me, because that was one of the things for me. Like every single year, when I was playing select, I was always at top 5, top 10 in outfield assists. And then I had range like Torrey Hunter, but I also was like Torrey Hunter because I couldn't hit for shit. I couldn't hit a curveball. If you throw a fastball, I'm good money. But you throw a curveball, it's over for me. Like, but I got LASIK now, so I'm like Jameis. I'm all good now. I had the glasses back then, so I couldn't hit no curveball because it was in my peripheral. Oh, but I'm good now. Home run derby, AJ is here.
You know, I didn't like Gary Sheffield, like the person, but like his swing, though, I could get with
neither.
You know, one of my favorite things to do when I would go to the cages is try everybody's like batting stance that was like super, super weird. So like I used to do the Fred McGriff, the whirlwind shit.
Yeah.
I like Fred McGriff though. I had his
Crime Dog. Dog was my partner. And then Jeff,
bro,
I don't know how Jeff Bagwell used to hit home runs. I could
not that was wild.
Bro, like generating power like that is so fucking hard.
What y'all know about Abbott? Jim Abbott?
Oh yeah. I know about Jim Abbott.
You don't know about Jim Abbott here.
I don't know about how Chuck Knobloch played baseball.
Oh,
yeah. that was terrible.
Nolan Ryan too, man. Nolan Ryan was my favorite pitcher, man. I seen him beat the brakes off somebody who rushed him out, bro.
What's his name?
Last time they ever rushed him,
he hit him with that 6-piece in a headlock. Like,
put him in the tell you rush it. Just caught him in it and just and then on the last one, he hit him and he dropped him, bro. Like it's a 6-piece McNugget. Like
that was that old man ass whooping right there. Like, hey, bro, like
kick him out the bar joint.
Yeah.
Man. He was old, still throwing like 102, 101 when he was old.
He was different, yo. He was just one of them ones.
Facts.
And you know, they said he had never won a Cy Young. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
shit?
I seen that in the group. I'm like, what y'all been doing? Like when it comes to these votes, like.
But he played in the era of some great pitchers, man.
But
still, like he
regarded as one of them ones. Everybody that's regarded as one of them ones, you know, they at least get one.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we had to go back because back then I was just a fan. I wasn't really into what
like the awards and shit.
Yeah,
and who deserved who deserved over who. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel you there. Randy Johnson and that slider, boy, that shit
was different.
Like, what can you do with that?
That was different.
The big show, man.
You got the clock ready? You get up out of here?
Yeah, man.
Let's get the clock going.
2-minute warning in this piece.
2-minute warning going on. We'll get up out of here, y'all.
So first, hip them with the game rules real quick here. Let them know like what we about to do here.
All right, you know, we're gonna start. It's just 2-minute warning, just like in the game. No timeouts. We're just gonna, throw the topic out and just gonna give it a quick response. So we see the clock when we get to 108. That's when we're gonna start.
You said when we get to 108.
Yeah, you got the clock. You see the clock on the screen?
Oh, no, I don't.
You don't see the clock on the top left corner?
Yeah, it say live. It's about to be at 108.
It's about to be.
All right, bet. Oh, go.
The play-in tournament is now permanent. What's y'all thoughts?
I think that's good for basketball because I actually, you know me, I was a fan of it because my motto is get me to the dance and cut the music on. And I feel like the playoff team will give a team who might have had some adversity throughout the year, might have caught fire late, but just didn't catch it, give you a chance to snipe somebody, man. And I like that.
I'm not a fan, but I gave my, thoughts about it, when we first had the play-in game discussion. I'm not really a fan, but it's here to stay now. So
yeah, I think the play-in tournament was definitely a success. It might have been, a little controversial when they brought it up, but it's definitely been a success so far, and no need to get rid of it now. All right, the take foul. Y'all aren't familiar with the take foul,
Yes, I'm familiar, but now that they're eliminating it, I don't know what's going to happen when someone does that. Like, what's happening there?
You get the free throw in the ball. So it's really preventing you from doing it. Right. So now you got somebody
go and get the 2 points because it's about to be done.
Because they go out to get the ball. Like you say, you giving up more possession.
Yeah. But potentially 4 points or 6.
This is about to be Giannis about to average way more points
because he's gonna get a lot of break. But you know what? The fast break, I like it because, bro, The fast break is one of the greatest plays in basketball. Don't stop the fast break.
We about to see a whole bunch of 130 to 145 games now. Watch.
Get back working your transition defense.
We about to see a whole bunch of points scored.
All right, boom. The NBA is definitely possibly talking about lowering the age limit from 19 to 18. Thoughts?
I think it's good for financial reasons for players, but I feel like those players are still not going to be developed and NBA ready for a team until they're 21, 22, 23 anyway. So it's like, it don't matter to me either way. I ain't for or against it.
I feel if they're gonna lower it, like I said, like we said before, they need to utilize the G League like they've been doing. Like they need to expand that way more. If you about to come in as a youngin, you need to just, like I said, you need to take some time in that G League and develop it. The G League is definitely a real live developmental league, and they need to utilize it since they have it at their disposal.
Exactly. It just needs to be what it is. It needs to be a minor league of the NBA where you can cultivate your talent and get your call up and stuff. If that's how you're gonna do it, if you're gonna use it, as the younger players, because sending to some of these younger players, even just some of these dudes that come in the draft, they don't be ready.
Also,
draft been real missing.
Also, if they're gonna let these 18-year-olds go to the draft, if they go undrafted, they need to allow them to still be able to at least go to college or recontinue their life. Don't let their life just end because they went undrafted.
Decision to go to a draft.
Yeah,
I never understood that, man.
Especially for me, it's like you have like GMs telling them like, yeah, you're on our board if you there when we pick at 37, or when we come up in round 2 at pick 42, we definitely gonna draft you. And guess what? You there when they up at pick 42 and they don't even look at you and they call some dude from Lithuania. Like what, bro? Like you were feeding me this. You were feeding me this information, giving me something in there.
Some of the rules that they did on college players are just some of the dumbest rules of all time. All right, Mark. The worst comment of the night goes.
I knew when we had a clock, I'm like, oh, it's over. And then AJ said he couldn't even see.
We really did it. We really did do it, bro. Like we just trying to give you some extra, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? You don't even appreciate it.
We should have started off. We should have went that one first anyway. You gonna break the clock?
We're gonna do it. We're gonna start it over.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
Man.
It just wasn't working at the time.
Y'all know y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. We also on TikTok and Twitch, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Episode 161. I'm Hill. That's AJ. That's Cannon. Shouts out to the fours.
And we out.
And we out.
In motherfucker.